Very good morning. Next topic on this chapter, physical wellness, fitness and lifestyles. Next time we're going to discuss about uh, the components of physical fitness. This is a very important thing of components of physical fitness. So without components of physical fitness, that a sports person is not perfect for become a sports person, perfect become a sports person. Okay, so there are going to discuss about the strength, speed, endurance, flexibility and coordinating ability. That agility in a terms has been changed. Now is said that coordinative ability. Okay, strength. So strength, everybody know the strength is the ability to muscles to overcome the resistance. It is the major components of physical fitness. Strength can be also be defined as an amount of force and muscle or muscle group can exert. Strength of the body can be measured pound or dance pounds. Okay, so it's mainly strength. There is a two type of strength. One is static strength, one is dynamic strength. So what is static strength, what is dynamic strength? First, dynamic strength can be called the isotonic strength because it is related to the movement. For example, that in pull up and push up we require dynamic strength. And dynamic strength can be divided into three part: maximum strength, explosive strength and strength endurance. So maximum strength, what is maximum strength? Is ability to act against maximum resistance, that is called the maximum strength. For example, that hammer throw and then discus throw, and you can say that you can say that cross position in the Roman ring and gymnastics, starting and acceleration in the process of sprinting event, take off in high jump, long jump, triple jump, etc. And then the explosive strength can be defined as the ability to overcome the resistance with high speed, and it is combination of strength and speed ability. So it's mainly is combinations of strength and speed ability, that is called as explosive strength. And for example is that sprint start, going to start the sprinting, weightlifting, short part, hammer throw, javelin throw, discus, long jump, high jump, triple jump, etc. That is called as example of explosive strength. And the strength endurance, it is combination of the strength and endurance ability. Strength endurance can be defined as the ability to overcome the resistance, to act against resistance under condition of fatigue. Okay, the strength endurance is commonly used in long distance runner or swimmer, road cycling, pole vault, and competitive sports, etc. So it's mainly depends on this endurance for the long distance runner. Okay, it's the combinations of strength and endurance ability. Okay, and then next one is static strength. Static strength is called as isometric strength. This ability to muscle to act against the resistance. So static strength can be measured by the dynamometer. This type of strength is not experienced directly. Static strength is not usually applied in sports, applied in spaces of weightlifting. Okay. Next one is speed. Speed as a defined as ability to a capacity of an individual to perform an movement of the same pattern at a faster rate, that is called the speed. So most of the sports require speed over the short distance, such as running between a wicket in cricket, and speed depends on the type of muscle fiber. So its speed only depends on the type of the muscles fiber. Muscles fibers are uh, muscles fibers there are the two type of muscles fiber. One is fast muscles fiber, one is slow muscles fiber. So uh, the first muscles fiber able to contact the repeatedly and produce the maximum force, whereas the slow muscles twist fiber contacts the slowly and produce less force. Therefore, the fast muscle fiber fatigue quickly, and whereas the slow muscle fiber fatigue slowly. So that is called the speed definitions of this one. So training can be enhance the speed by reducing the reaction time of the individual. Most probably the speed is used in every sports except endurance related sports. Okay, next one is the endurance. Endurance is another component of the physical fitness like speed and strength. It is the ability to certain and activity. Harry said that endurance is an ability to resist fatigue. Okay, it is usually measured by the number of repetition. For example, the number of sit-up an individual can complete in 1 minute is often used to measure the endurance of the abdominal muscles. So there are the two types of endurance. One is short-term endurance. One is long-term endurance. What is short-term endurance? Short-term endurance is needed to sports wherein in the action or movement is only for short duration. Okay, and intense, for example hockey, football, wrestling. And the long-term endurance needed for the sports wherein the action and movement is for a longer duration. It is less intense, for example the long distance running, road cycling, cross country, etc., etc. Okay, then flexibility is necessary for component of physical fitness. Flexibility as the range of movement of joint. An individual who has proper flexibility can perform his or her work very easily. Then there are the two type of flexibility. One is passive flexibility, one is active flexibility. The passive flexibility, the ability to carry out the movement to greater distance with the external help in called passive flexibility. Again I repeat, ability to carry out the movement to greater distance with the external help in called passive flexibility. For example, stretching exercise with the help of partner. Okay, the passive flexibility is always more than active flexibility. In fact, passive flexibility is the foundation of the active flexibility. In active flexibility, is the ability to carry out the movement to longer duration without any external force. This is the carry out the movement with a longer duration without any external force. So passive flexibility, there need a help for the partner, and active flexibility there is no need to any help. So for example, to do the stress without the help of the partner, active flexibility is also need a partner help. It's mainly for the carry out the movement of longer duration without any external help. For example, to do the stretch without the help of the partner. Okay, so again I repeat, the passive flexibility need a help of the partner when you're going to a stretching exercise. And then active flexibility, there are no need to do the any help in your partner. Okay, for example, the active flexibility can further be divided into two parts, and static flexibilities and dynamic flexibility. Static flexibility is usually required by the sports person when he remain in static position for while driving, sitting, lying, starting position in various sports. So static flexibility mainly when going to run, when going to drive, for swim. Okay, so that's called static flexibility. And dynamic flexibility needed for the carrying out the movement for greater distance when an individual in motion. When the individual in motions, that is called as dynamic flexibilities. So there are the two types of flexibility we already discussed, passive and active. Now I'm talking about the cognitive ability. That ability or yesterday I've discussed about this one. So mainly before 1920, speed, strength, flexibility, endurance, and agility were they considered the main component of physical fitness. But after that, the term agility changed into the cognitive ability. So term agility was discontinued because it was not clearly defined, and there was no unanimity in explaining its meaning. So nowadays the cognitive ability is used for the place agility. Cognitive ability mainly depends on the central nervous system. The cognitive ability are those ability of an individual which enable to individually to do the various related activity properly as well as efficiently. Our accuracy, rhythm, flow, constant flow. Again I repeat, our accuracy, rhythm, flow depends on our cognitive abilities. These abilities can be various types, such as balance ability, rhythm ability, adaptation abilities, reaction ability. Okay, so this type of ability can be enhanced through general or specific exercise. Okay, so usually the beautiful and graceful movement of our body are directly related to our cognitive ability. So and this ability found in gymnastics mainly. Okay, and this type of abilities are very much helpful in the gymnastic and driving, and cognitive ability can be improved if we are carry out the correct movement. We should avoid incorrect movement while playing any games and sports. If we take the above mentioned point into the consideration, and cognitive ability can be improved. So this is for the components of the physical fitness. About we have already discussed about the physical fitness: strength, dynamic strength, static strength, dynamic strength, maximum strength, explosive strength, strength, endurance, speed, endurance, short endurance, long endurance, flexibility, passive, active, and statics, and dynamic and cognitive abilities. This is for the components of physical fitness. If the individual sports person they have this type of components, so definitely the physical fitness, their physical fitness as the very it will be the high level, and as a become a perfect sports person. Okay, so up to this much. So any doubts about this topic, can discuss with us. Okay, thank you very much.